name is David O'Reilly. I'm the London Director for Commend, a leading enterprise solutions platform for SMEs across the UK and Ireland that allows them to find exciting new funding solutions, professional advisors, solutions to Brexit-related issues and new customers and new trading opportunities as part of our ongoing series of interviews with leading CEOs of recently signed up members to Commend. Today, I'm delighted to have an opportunity to speak for the next few minutes with the founder and CEO of Satago, Sinead McHale. Sinead, you're very welcome, and we're absolutely delighted to have you on Commend, and we're delighted to have an opportunity to speak to you today about Satago. Please tell us a little bit about Satago, what you do and what sort of solutions you provide and your typical customers. Thank you.
Thank you, David. And thank you for the invite to speak today. So yes, my name is Sinead McHale. I'm CEO of Satago. Satago is a all-in-one cash flow management solution for SMEs. And by SMEs, I would probably focus more on the smaller side of the market. So really businesses with turnover probably up to like 10 million or so. And so the premise behind Satago is that we will help these small businesses manage their cash flow through three core things. So we offer invoice financing when you've got short-term cash flow gaps. We will provide the facilities to allow you to fill those gaps as and when you need it. And so the idea is that we very much harness your existing data through accounting software, through open banking, through a fully digitized solution. So the idea being that the SME can continue to focus on the core element of their business. And then in the sidelines, Satago can be there as this kind of support safety net to make short-term cash flow available as and when they need it. I think fundamentally what makes us different from other invoice finance providers in the space is that we don't just focus on the funding side of it. We also feel there's another element to SMEs in terms of how we can support them, which is it's much bigger than just giving the ability to access funding. So we provide a virtual credit control tool, and specifically what that refers to, it's about helping SMEs follow up and chase on invoices. I think, typically for most businesses, we're so excited to sign a new contract, to get a new business on board. And I can say that myself, as an owner of a small business, we don't always think about the customer that we're dealing with. So Satago has two core elements that we really help to help the SME embed good behaviours within the business. The first one of those is the credit control tool. So we connect to your accounting software, pull through all your data, and through literally the click of one or two buttons, we are able to set up a virtual credit control, which will chase all the invoices for you from here on in. And so what that does is create really good relationships between you and your customer. It creates good behaviours in that your customer will appreciate getting reminders, but also they will expect those reminders. And it just creates a good operating rhythm between you and that customer. And then we also provide, like thank you notes, monthly statements, etc. So in terms of, I would say like good accounting practices and good business practices, the virtual credit control can help you do that. Historically, if we look at some of the customers that we've helped, we have seen by using Satago, we have seen something like 70% of invoices get paid within 14 days of reminders being sent out. So it's a great way to encourage payment. And I think we're all aware that late payments are, a serious issue for most SMEs. Within the UK alone, there's something like 2.5 billion unpaid invoices floating around through the economy. So it's important that we help SMEs to get those invoices paid. And then the third element to Satago is it's a due diligence piece. We call it risk insights. And so again, this is about education, and it's about empowering SMEs to make informed decisions. And through the risk insights, we give the SME the ability to do due diligence on their intended customers. Satago is there to offer this one-stop shop, which is a working capital solution, not just based on the lending side, but also based on the payment side, getting invoices paid, helping SMEs make informed decisions.
And you've also expanded recently into the Irish market. Perhaps you could tell us briefly a little bit about that and your advice to people looking at expanding into international markets from their home base.
Yeah, so I think for us, movement into Ireland was an obvious choice for us because we did have a lot of customers already in Ireland. Um, so we decided to build a solution that was specific to the Irish market and how it operated. Very similar to the UK, but obviously some tweaks that would be localised. So we decided to launch last year. One of the key learnings, I think, for us before we went into the Irish market, and I think it would be it's important to have good relationships and good partnerships. We did a launch specifically through Sage. Sage are, one of the world's top accounting software providers, and they're also very prominent in Ireland. And they're very much aligned with Satago's ethos of how we operate and how we want to work with small businesses. So, great partner choice for us. It's going really, really well. And I think it's important when you look to expand, whether it's in Ireland, Europe, across the States, it's important to understand the market. And I think it's also equally valuable to partner with somebody like we did with Sage that already has a presence. So you can really offer this kind of combined solution, because I think otherwise it can be quite difficult.
Absolutely. And in terms of your own career journey, Sinead, as we head towards the conclusion of the interview today, could you tell us a little bit about your background, how you came on this journey to be the CEO of such an exciting business as Satago, and your advice to aspiring CEOs? Thank you.
Thanks, David. Well, I was quite fortunate, actually. I'd always worked in investment banking historically, from once I'd left college, based in the States for 5 or 6 years, for London for quite a few years, and then went back home. And when I was in Ireland, I did a lot of work kind of around times of recession, focused on SMEs, lending. And so what I saw firsthand was the amount of really solid businesses that were overstretched. And those businesses were just not able to survive trading out of the recession. And it's something that stuck with me. So when I came back to the UK, went back into banking, I was searching for that thing that I really wanted to do something a bit more tangible, I think. The opportunity came up to get involved with Satago, and I did, and I absolutely love it. I think I've taken what I've seen happen at home, and it's resonated with me. And I think now I'm proud to say that we have a solution that really is there to provide flexible funding to SMEs without the legacy tech issues, without the legacy just protocol that would tend to go with traditional lending. So it's really about giving something to SMEs that's more affordable, that's transparent, that's easy to use, and something that's meaningful and can have an impact on that business. And the reason it's also important to me is, I guess, that, I come from Mayo. I've got we had a small family business, and I saw directly the impact cash flow has on a business. When you're a small business owner, every day counts, every invoice getting paid counts. So it can bring the best businesses down. So it's important that we were able to deliver something to help SMEs directly. So, Satago helped us do that, and I'm really proud to be the CEO and to be launching Satago into Ireland to help Irish businesses also.
Well, we're very proud, Sinead, to have Satago on the Commend platform, and we're looking forward to seeing you in person soon when we can safely, and also to seeing and speaking to all of our other exciting member companies on Commend in the very near future. I'd just like to thank you so much for your time and your advice today and sharing your insights with us. It's been a great pleasure. Thank you again, Sinead. Really enjoyed the discussion today, and I've taken away quite a few valuable insights. Thank you so much.
Thank you, David.